What's up? What's up? It's your girl Tayosi, aka Sujin. So from here on out on this channel, my name is gonna be Sujin until I get back to New York. So let's get right into the video. So it's been a month since I came to Korea, and school started about March 2nd or March 1st. I'm not sure, but school started one of those days. So this video is gonna be about how I think the school system works here, like how the school is for me, my opinions on the school, and the whole 9 yards. So let me just give you a little synopsis, a little background story of myself. I'm in Korea. I don't know any Korean. All I know is like the basics, like 안녕하세요, 감사합니다, and I learned that in the country. I did not learn that when I was in New York. I did not take any Korean classes when I was in New York. I was thinking of taking a class here, like a basic Korean class here, to learn the language while I'm abroad. So you know what? Let's talk about that class. I wanted to take Korean in Korea, but that class, bro, I think I was the only foreigner in that class that didn't know like the basic Korean, like the basic Korean type like words and the alphabet. So it was just really weird because when we did the alphabet the first day, bro, I'm telling you, these other foreigners, they knew what the words were. I was the only one that was like, ooh. It was so bad. Like I was like, ooh, like it was really bad. I really do think that I was not good at Korean, and this was the most annoying thing that got to me. So the professor was teaching a bunch of English speaking students Korean. Mind you, the classes that I take in Dongguk University are all English taught classes. The professor did not know how to speak English. He only spoke Korean. Now for a person like me who did not know any type of Korean, I really thought that I was gonna get an English speaking professor who would have taught us Korean through English words. Do you get what I'm saying? Let's say she would have said drive or like car, right? She would have said the Korean term and then been like this. Now I don't know if you mean car wheel, drive, or car. Like it was very hard for me to pick up the language, and I just had to drop that class. So I'm not taking basic Korean. Basically, I'm learning Korean on my own. I'm watching YouTube videos. I also have this survival Korean book. I'm gonna be using it every day, and I also talk to other Koreans about how to learn Korean. Like I know 안녕하세요, as I said, 감사합니다, 저는 토요시입니다, I guess 미안합니다, all those terms. Like I know the basic terms to get around, you know. But as far as reading language and understanding language, that's a I tried. I really did try, and I was not gonna fail, because even in my home institution, I didn't need the credit for the basic Korean. I was taking it for fun, but that professor did not make it fun. So on to the next class. For my macros class, this was the funniest class that I took, because this professor spoke perfect English, but he walked into the class the first day. He walked into the class speaking Korean. Like he was speaking Korean to some student trying to help him. I knew, like, red flag, like this guy was not gonna teach this class in English. And you know, I've watched other people's stories even before I came here, and I heard from my other friends that lived here, like, yo, like a lot of the classes that they were taking, they were dropping out of because the professor wasn't speaking English and they did not know any Korean. So this professor, he sounded like Matthew McConaughey, and the professor said that he used to teach in America and in Australia. So I'm like, okay, cool. When he switched, so I told you he came up speaking Korean, and then he switched to English. Bro, his English was perfect, bro. Like I was like, yo, thank God I picked this class. This man could speak English good, like chego, like it was so good. So he said, yeah, I'm not going to be teaching English in this class. I'm just going to be speaking Korean. I tried it over the years. The first year I spoke English, they didn't understand. The second year, I had to fight between English and Korean. It wasn't good for me because I was doing more work than I was getting paid for. And then he kept rambling. Then he got to say, like, this internationalization-ish. So sugar, honey, iced tea. he was cursing, and it was so funny because I'm like, this is the first time I ever heard like a Korean curse, like especially in English. He said this internationalization ish is bullish, and he was like, I don't understand why they're like trying to mesh in the international students with the Korean students. It doesn't make sense. He was just rambling, and I'm just like, bro, I don't know who hurt you. I don't know if your wife did something to you this morning, but you ain't got to take it out on us. He was just really rambling. And yeah, so that was that class. And then my other classes, they're kind of cool. I have actually an American professor. She's really cool. I like that class. You know, in a lot of the business classes, you're paired up with groups, and most likely it's gonna be a foreigner to every group. So if there's like 4 foreigners like in the class, you're not gonna be in the same group. You're not gonna be put in the same group. They're gonna like put you like 1 to each group. Like it's crazy because it's like 3 Koreans. I'm always, so in my groups, in every class, there's always 4 students to a group. I'm always paired up with 3 other Koreans, and when I tell you they are scared to talk to me, bro, they are scared to talk to me. And I have a perfect example of what I mean. So boom, let me tell y'all this story because it was mad funny when I was telling all my friends. So the American professor, not gonna say her name, but she teaches principles of business. Now this lady, the first day, so I guess they heard that as an American professor. Bro, when I tell you all the Koreans were sitting in the back of the class, that was the first time I was in that class, and every other class I had besides that, all the Koreans tend to sit in the front of the class, especially if it's a business class and a big class, they tend to sit in the front of the class. But everybody was sitting in the back of the class. I was the only person to sit in the front of the class. I'm just like, nah, I'm sitting in the front, like, you know, American professor, I gotta do what I gotta do because I knew this lady was crazy. So she walked in the class. She like, everybody get up, go to the back. She started giving out assigned seats. I'm like, we in high school? Are we in high school or are we in college? Because I would like to know which one are we in. Like, I didn't know we was in like high school again. So she gave us assigned seats. So she assigned me next to some boy. I'm not gonna say his name for personal reasons. I don't know if you're watching my YouTube, but if he is, what's up? Because you never said hi to me. I noticed the Koreans that were in my class, this is not a generalization because there's many Koreans that I met that have spoken loud. They have expressed themselves in a volume that I was able to hear. But I feel like when they first meet me, they're always like, the Koreans in my class are always like shy, and they always tend to whisper. So when he got to his seat, he got his seat first, and then I got the next seat. She was reading off the roster, so she was going with the roster, so I was right next to him. Now she's doing the whole class, but another boy comes sit. It must have been his friend. He's talking to him in Korean so loud, like right? So he's talking to this boy so loud behind me, right? Because that's his friend. They're in the same major. Now the professor is like, oh, introduce yourself to your neighbor. He's my neighbor. So I turned to him. I'm like, hi, my name is Tayelsi. In my nice, cute, sweet voice. I didn't give him this type of voice. I gave him a, hi, my name is Tayelsi. Nice to meet you. What's your name? But actually, the first time I said it, I actually said it in Korean. So I was like, 안녕하세요. 저는 Tayelsi입니다. And then I said it in English. I was like, hi, my name is Tayelsi. Nice to meet you. Because sometimes when I be speaking Korean, they just be like, what the hell is she talking about? So I spoke in English the second time. He said, nice to meet you. Now I know people who are watching this right now, you couldn't hear what the hell I just said just now. So can you imagine me sitting next to this boy who is afraid to speak English and is whispering at the same time? So then I leave that. So I'm like, what's your name? Let's just say Jake, right? Let's just say Jake is his name. Jake is not his name, but his name is Jake. So he's like, my name is Jake. I'm like, what? My name is Jake. Huh? My name is Jake. And it's like, he feels like I can't understand him because he's speaking English, but no, bro, it's because you're whispering and I can't hear you. Like, it's ridiculous. Like, I'm just like, then he writes his name down. I'm like, oh, Jake. He was like, yes. I'm looking looking at this boy. I'm like, but you was talking to this boy behind us in a good tone, in a good volume, and you speaking to me whispering. Like, how you think we're gonna communicate in this class? So that was, without that said and done, I was just pissed off about that. And that tends to happen in all of my classes, where the Korean students that are in my class, they tend to whisper to me instead of talk to me in a regular tone. And I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable to speak English. I don't want them to yell. I don't want them to do anything. You go at your own tone, you go at your own pace, and whatever you feel comfortable with, you speak to me. So that's what I let them take the initiative to speak to me. But I also, you as a foreigner, you always have to be the first person to initiate a conversation. And that's what I realized. That's how they will get comfortable with you. I've spoken to many Koreans, and they have been comfortable with me because I've actually spoken to them, asked them about themselves, and actually take the time to know who they are as a person. And I feel like they some of the students in my class only talk to me if I talk to them. So I guess that's one con of definitely going to the school. Also, I didn't mention this, but another con that I don't like about this school, Dongguk University, is that it's on a mountain. When I tell you, my dorm is on the other side of where my class is. I told you I'm a business major, so a lot of my classes, bro, are on the other side of campus in the business building. Bro, I tell you, I had to take up 6 hills, a hop, jump, and a skip. Then I gotta run through the forest. Then I gotta run through the jungle just to get to class because it's so far. It's like so many hills. Mind you, my ankle hasn't healed fully. Like, I can still feel some pain in my ankle. So when I'm walking up these hills and I'm walking up these stairs, bro, it's not a joke. And they have elevators. But when I tell you the line for these elevators, bro, are crazy. You would have thought that people here were waiting for Jordans. The way people wait for Jordans in Brooklyn is the way people wait for the elevator here. And it's crazy. Because I'm suffering. I got the thing on my leg. And I can't get it first. Okay. But other than that, I think the school is fine. You know, business courses. So Toyosi tip. I'm going to give you guys a Toyosi tip. So I recommend anybody who wants to come to Korea, definitely try to learn the language a little bit, study the language a little bit, and come here and take your courses. Also, textbooks here are cheap. Cafes on campus are cheaper than cafes off of campus. So there's a cafe right across the street from my dorm, and bro, I tell you, I get a caramel macchiato every day. I get a caramel macchiato for 2,900 won. That's like less than $2 in America. So I use my credit card and I definitely swipe, and you know, the conversion does itself. So I'm very happy. Other than that, I mean, the school is fine. The clubs here are cool. Some of them you have to know Korean in order to be in them, because a lot of Koreans, as I said, a lot of Korean students do not feel comfortable speaking English. Yeah, I'm in 2 clubs here on this campus. I'm in the photography club and I'm in the haram club, where they actually teach you basic Korean. I'm in the beginners class. That class is actually fun, better than the basic Korean class that I was gonna enroll for, that I dropped out of. Thank God for those kids. I love those Korean students. So this is my first month update on school and how school is going. I have 3 more months of school left, 3 more months. So things are gonna get better, hopefully. There's gonna be more events on campus, so I'm hoping to vlog that too. I think it's gonna be good. I think it's really gonna be good. I think I'm gonna have a fun time. Midterms is next month, so I'm trying to prepare for that. And yeah, if you guys like this video, give it a thumbs up. Also, comment down below what you guys want to see me do, because I don't get no comments. I guess you guys just must love watching me and not responding to any of my questions or anything. So you know what, if you want, you could comment down below. If you don't, just click somebody else on the side. And also, if you haven't subscribed, guys, I've hit 100 subscribers and I love you guys so much. And it's only been 2 months that I started this channel, and I love you guys so much. I keep saying I love you guys because I really do love you guys. Like, how did he do it? They go like this. I love you guys. I love you guys so much. So I'll see you guys in my next video, and